The story of Angulimala, Lord Buddha's lesson on compassion and transformation. One of the most powerful stories of Lord Buddha's life is that of Angulimala, a notorious bandit and killer. This tale holds profound lessons on compassion, forgiveness, and the potential for personal transformation. Angulimala, born as a Ahimsaka, was initially a kind and intelligent young man from a noble family. His name, Ahimsaka, meaning harmless, reflected his peaceful nature. But due to jealousy and misunderstanding, he was falsely accused of misdeeds by his fellow students, who convinced his teacher that Ahimsaka was dangerous and unworthy. As a result, his teacher ordered him to prove his loyalty by bringing back 1,000 human fingers as trophies. This horrific request was designed to be impossible, intending to exile Ahimsaka forever. Heartbroken, Ahimsaka turned into a fearsome figure, taking the name Angulimala, which means garland of fingers, as he began to collect fingers from his victims. Over time, he amassed a terrible reputation as a ruthless killer, instilling fear in all who heard his name. No one dared to confront him, and the entire region lived in terror of encountering him. One day, Lord Buddha heard about Angulimala and saw in him the potential for change. Ignoring the dangers, he set out to find the bandit in the forest. When Angulimala saw the Buddha walking calmly along the path, he decided to make him his next victim. Buddha continued walking, seemingly unaware of the danger. Intrigued and angered by this calm, Angulimala began chasing him. However, no matter how fast he ran, he could not catch up with the Buddha, who seemed to be walking at a steady pace. Finally, exhausted and confused, Angulimala shouted, "Stop, monk! Stop!" Buddha calmly replied, "I have stopped, Angulimala. It is you who must stop." Perplexed, Angulimala asked what he meant. Buddha explained, "I have stopped my harmful ways. I have stopped harming any living being. It is you who should stop your violence and suffering." These words resonated deeply with Angulimala, who felt a sudden change in his heart. His anger and hatred began to dissolve. For the first time in years, he felt compassion and sorrow for the lives he had taken. Humbled and repentant, he asked the Buddha to accept him as a disciple. Buddha saw the sincerity in his heart and agreed, accepting him into the monastic community. Angulimala gave up his past and devoted himself to a life of peace, striving to overcome his karma and learn from his master. However, the transformation was not easy. When villagers recognized Angulimala, they hurled insults, stones, and hatred at him, holding on to the memory of his crimes. Angulimala endured this suffering silently, never retaliating or defending himself, as he understood that this was a part of his journey of redemption. Eventually, through deep meditation and practice, Angulimala achieved enlightenment. He became a true example of the power of compassion and the possibility of change, proving that no matter how far one strays, there is always hope for redemption. Lessons from the story. The story of Angulimala teaches us several powerful lessons that are highly relevant to our lives. 1. The power of compassion. Buddha's compassion toward Angulimala reflects the importance of seeing beyond a person's actions to recognize their potential for change. By approaching Angulimala without fear or anger, Buddha helped transform a life, demonstrating the transformative power of empathy. 2. Forgiveness and redemption. No matter the mistakes made in life, the opportunity for redemption always exists. Angulimala's journey from a murderer to an enlightened disciple shows that it is never too late to change. Buddha's acceptance of Angulimala underscores that forgiveness can unlock personal growth and healing. 3. The impact of one's intentions. Buddha's response, "I have stopped," reminds us that our actions and intentions shape our character. While Angulimala physically pursued Buddha, Buddha's spiritual path was one of peace, which ultimately inspired Angulimala to abandon violence. 4. Acceptance of past actions. Angulimala did not escape the consequences of his past, but he faced them with humility. The villagers' anger and the hardships he endured served as reminders of his past, but he accepted them as part of his journey. This shows us the value of accepting responsibility and learning from past mistakes. 5. The potential for personal transformation. This story is a powerful reminder that anyone, no matter their past, has the potential to change. True transformation comes from within and often requires acknowledging and facing the consequences of one's actions. The story of Angulimala encourages us to practice compassion toward others, recognize the power of forgiveness, and believe in the potential for change within ourselves and others. In Buddha's teachings, we find the reminder that each day is an opportunity to live with kindness, learn from our mistakes, and pursue a path of peace.